Hello guys, my name is Amalu, and I'm an art hobbyist who loves stories and characters. Today I wanted to talk about Nintendo High, which is a web series from the creator Fuzel. I've been following it for a very long time now, like literally since the first episode dropped, which was 5 years ago now, which, my gosh, that's crazy to me. If you don't know, Nintendo High features the most iconic Nintendo characters as high schoolers at the eponymous school, where they face regular high school problems with a video game twist. The art style is really cute and charming, and the stories, and occasional musical numbers, because there's plenty of those, are really fun. And there's a metric ton of video game references. So many that I'm sure there's a ton that have gone way over my head. This web series is definitely something that is right up my alley. Personally, I love Nintendo High, and I think it's really fun and cute. If any of what I said just now sounds appealing to you, you should definitely check it out. It's kind of the type of thing where if you think it sounds fun, you'll probably enjoy it. But if you hear it and cringe, then you probably won't. It's also a very family-friendly series that I've felt very comfortable showing to my younger sisters, even when they were back in elementary school. If you want to check it out, I'll probably drop a link to the full series in the description. Another thing that makes Nintendo High right up my alley is the fact that it's literally the perfect concept to translate into a doll line. The characters have these really cute and well-designed outfits, and yes, outfits plural, because there are many costume changes throughout the series. Big props to Joseph Amaro, I'm so sorry if I said that wrong, who is the illustrator, colorist, and storyboard artist for the series. On top of that, the whole high school theming just screams doll line, which I would know, having created a similar concept like that myself. And the more I think about it, the more surprised I am that Nintendo hasn't released any fashion doll related merch. In the US at least. I think we get more action figures and amiibo, but there's no true fashion dolls. From what I found, it looks like maybe Japan had something in the past, but I could be wrong. Personally, I think this is a big missed opportunity. Do you know how much I'd pay to get my hands on a Rosalina doll? Not much, because money is kind of tight, but still, I'd probably stare at her stock photos for hours. But since that is, sadly, not the reality we live in, I thought it would be a fun challenge to try and conceptualize what a Nintendo High-based fashion doll could actually look like. And as much fun as it would be to go out and make customs or prototypes of the dolls, I don't really have the means or the budget to do that right now. So instead, I thought it would be kind of fun to do a concept sketch sort of thing, kind of where I take an existing doll's stock photo and use it as a base to make a new design. But don't worry, I didn't just stop at that. So, let's go! So, originally I wanted to do the big 3 Nintendo princesses, Peach, Daisy, and Rosalina, but I ended up spending way too long just working on the first design, so we're just sticking with Peach right now. I decided to use a G3 Cleo Denial doll as her base, not just because they're 2 fabulous princesses that I absolutely adore, but also because Cleo has about the right body type. She's a little bit on the taller side, because we know Peach, at least in the Mushroom Kingdom, is pretty tall. And also, based on how Peach is designed in Nintendo High, she's at least a little bit curvy, which Cleo's body type in G3 fits. I also picked a Monster High G3 doll in general because I think on a base level they're just gorgeous dolls. And maybe this is a hot take, I don't really know, but I'm not actually that big of a fan of how the G1 dolls looked. I feel like the G3 ones just nailed the proportions, and they look so much more balanced and cute overall. And that's not even mentioning the different body types. Is that a hot take? You'll have to let me know. Tangent aside though, I decided to try something a little bit different with this design by doing more of a digital painting-ish type style, instead of just, flat color with line art. Obviously, this isn't going to look super realistic like an actual photo would, but I'm trying my best to emulate a 3D stock photo for a doll, which is definitely not something I normally do, so it might look a little creepy or not great at first. I started out by giving her her season 1 outfit, which, can I just say, I seriously love. I think it's just such a good modernization of the classic Princess Peach design. Like the shorter hemline with the thigh-high socks, and the collar with the brooch and the ascot, and her especially her high pony that's coming out of her crown. It's just, I love it. No notes. She looks so elegant and classy, and she's still so recognizable as Princess Peach, while still looking like she could be in a modern high school. It's so cute and I love it. Again, major props to Fuzel and Joseph Amaro. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. I tried to stay fairly true to the original designs, though I did end up making a couple of slight modifications. You'll see that I lengthened the hemlines a little bit, which was honestly more just for my convenience and also thinking doll posability type of things. I also altered the colors a bit. The character designs in the web series have these really bright and colorful designs with more saturated colors, which looks really great on a screen, but doesn't translate as well onto a more realistic, in-person doll style. So I definitely desaturated and softened the colors a bit. I also ended up changing the color of her ascot from a dark purple to the same color pink as her hemline and her shoes, just to make the overall outfit look a little bit more unified. I gave her a bracelet firstly because it helps her look a little bit more decorated, but also because I know a bracelet like that is 100% possible on a doll, because G3 Jennifer Long has one that is very similar to it. You just pop off her hands and slide it onto her arm. Which, side note, because she's wearing these short gloves, I think that this doll would have removable hands, so you could put on the white glove hand so she has her gloves on, and then just a regular skin tone hand that has her gloves off. Back to the bracelets though, she does end up wearing bracelets like this in Season 2. Which, speaking of, you might have noticed that I sketched her Season 2 outfit as well. I decided that this hypothetical doll line should be a bit like early Rainbow High, where the dolls each come with 2 different outfits. I will say that I am not as much a fan of Peach's Season 2 design compared to her Season 1 design, which does not mean it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. Her Season 2 design is still very, very, very cute and is really well designed, and does a good job of communicating her personality as a character, outside of her being, Princess Peach in high school. Initially, I was going to draw her second outfit just on top of the first doll's base, but I remembered that her hair is actually down in the second look. She ditches the pony, which is a little bit sad, but anyway. Ultimately, I picked a second stock photo of the same Cleo doll, and just used that as a base to draw her second outfit. That way, it's kind of like there's multiple stock photos of this hypothetical doll, and it shows off her different looks, and also that you can play with her hair, which is a big part of having fashion dolls, I think. Again, I kept it very true to her original design, and I just altered the colors a little bit and added a pearl-style bracelet in addition to her big chunky ones. Again, it's just to help her look a little bit more decorated, and add a little bit of texture to the accessories. Also, let's not talk about her shoes. I tried, and they didn't come out the way I wanted to, but it's okay. When I was drawing these stock photo girls, I went back and forth about if I wanted to add line art or not. I didn't at first because I wanted to make them look as 3D as possible, but after I let the art sit for a couple of days and came back to it, I felt like it looked kind of fuzzy, and I wanted the details to pop more. Maybe it's because I don't really do drawings without line art, so I'm not that great with it, so that's why it looked weird to me, but anyway, I decided to add it. After finishing the dolls, I decided to design some accessories for her. I don't know why, but I just love tiny little things, and doll accessories definitely scratch that itch in my brain, especially when they're themed. Like, the Illy doll accessories and the Monster High doll accessories are I love them. It's one of my favorite parts about fashion dolls. Right off the bat, I knew I wanted to give her the purse that you can see in her little character poster, though I'm not actually sure if it's ever appeared in the series, but you know what, she can have it here. I added a little turnip charm to her bag that is inspired by the turnips she throws in Super Smash Bros. A little bit after drawing this purse, when I was trying to think of other things that would make her a little more Nintendo themed, I realized I could make it so her purse opens up and turns into a tiny little DS that on top of it is playing Super Princess Peach, which, by the way, was the very first video game I ever remember picking out for myself. And yes, it was for my light pink DS. I think if I were to make more Nintendo High dolls, I would probably include some kind of Nintendo console or reference to a Nintendo game for every single character. I feel like it would make it feel especially like video game dolls and like Nintendo. I also decided to give her this cute little layer cake treat because Peach loves to bake, and she is especially known for baking cakes. The strawberries and superstar-shaped candy on top are references to the cake in Super Mario 64. I also wanted to give her some type of drink to go with her cake treat, so I gave her this cute little strawberry milkshake type thing that I thought just kind of fit with her whole vibe. Since this is also fundamentally a high school line, I thought it was fitting that she had some school supplies. So I gave her a spiral notebook where the spirals are all little hearts, which is probably very impractical, but she's a doll, so it doesn't really matter. And she also has a little pen that's based off of a DS stylus, and I added a kind of grippy part and another little turnip charm on the top. I gave her some beauty accessories too. She has a little mushroom compact mirror, a tube of pink peach lip gloss, and a little perfume bottle that's shaped like a heart. Obviously, she wouldn't be complete without her parasol, so I had to add that too. When designing her accessories, I tried to keep the scale in mind and thought about how big they would actually look if the doll was holding them. I actually had so much fun drawing the accessories, and I think adding all those little details was my favorite part of this entire thing. Honestly, it was so fun thinking about what a high school-aged Princess Peach, specifically, would have in her bag. Though, I guess she needs a kind of proper backpack or purse or something because her tiny little purse is actually a DS on a chain. So here's the stock photo page that shows off her outfits and accessories. I'm actually so happy with how these turned out, and it makes me wish that these were real. One day. But this stock photo page isn't the end, because every iconic doll line also comes with equally iconic packaging. Doll boxes are an art form all on their own, and I always feel so bad when I accidentally tear them, because I like unboxing my dolls. So even though I know nothing about toy package design, and I kinda suck at graphic design in general, I really wanted to make a mock-up of what a Nintendo High doll box could look like. I looked at boxes for lots of different doll lines to get a kind of vibe of how they work, while also trying to think of how Nintendo High would look specifically. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so far removed from my comfort zone that I really struggled with this. I know for sure we needed to have the Nintendo High logo in there, so that was the first thing I added. I wasn't a big fan of where the logo was placed in relation to the title. I think it looks fine in the web series, but on a box, it is just a little awkwardly shaped. So I went in and I actually tried to complete the full logo symbol on my own, so I could move it around where I wanted, and you'll see that I end up doing that in the end. I thought up a lot of different concepts and layouts for the box, and then I realized that I was missing the obvious option of making it look like some kind of Nintendo console. I drew up some buttons that could help make it look like a hybrid between a Switch and a DS. You'll see in my initial coloring that I definitely was leaning more towards it looking like a Switch. I also had the idea that the logo could be in a little game cartridge at the bottom of the package. I went with an N64 shaped cartridge, mostly because it was the widest one, and it's definitely not colored accurately, but I wanted to lean into this box being more colorful. I actually struggled with the colors in general, though. I went back and forth deciding if I wanted the package colors to be character specific, or if I just wanted the package to be like Nintendo High brand colors. You'll see, I tried a bunch of different things, but in the end, I decided that I wanted to have a very clear Nintendo High branding with small details that could be swapped out for specific characters. In this screen cap I grabbed from one of the episodes, you'll see that the logo for Nintendo High actually sits on top of this background with all of the game logos from Super Smash Bros. I really wanted to include that somewhere on the box because I think that's really, smart design, but I wasn't really sure how to do it. I couldn't find a version of the background without the logo on top anywhere, and maybe I didn't look hard enough, I don't know. But I was going to give up until I stumbled across the Fantendo Wiki, which had all of the Smash Bros. Logos, sitting on it that I could just click and drag. So I spent literally forever making my own version of the background, and I definitely didn't do as good of a job as they did. And it took me forever, and I know it's not lined up perfectly, but I was so tired, and this box is already taking way longer than I thought it would, and I was kind of over everything, so I just left it. I think it looks fine in the final product, unless you're specifically staring at it, but it's definitely one of the weaker parts. I also ended up changing my mind about where the Nintendo High logo went, because firstly, it didn't fit as nicely onto the game cartridge as I thought it would, and two, I had this epiphany that the box and the Nintendo High branding could be the console part, and the specific character could be the game being loaded into the console. So I had to scrap the Switch and DS theming, so I had enough room to put the logo on the side of the box. I added Princess Peach's name, kind of like a sticker on the cartridge, with a mushroom that shows that she's from the Mario franchise. I tried to add a kind of sheared texture on the top middle part to make the actual Peach doll look like she's in a plastic box, but to be honest, I don't think I pulled it off very well. At one point, I tried to make the leftover buttons look more like an SNES controller, but I felt like I just couldn't make it look good, and I was getting tired, so I just scrapped it. Honestly, right now the buttons look like a very weird Wii controller, but I'm okay with it because it gets my point across, and honestly I don't think this looks all that bad considering how underqualified I am to make something like this. I know that if this was a real-life doll box, all of her accessories and her second outfit would be displayed in the little window, but again, I was getting tired and not wanting to think of any more logistics. And here we have it. My concept art for a Nintendo High Princess Peach. Looking at this just makes me wish that I had the time and the resources to make a doll custom, because I want this to be real so bad. Anyways, what do you guys think of this concept? Should I make some more of these? Because honestly, that could be kind of fun. And seriously, if you think you'd like Nintendo High, you should absolutely go and give it a watch. They're on their 3rd season right now, and I think the next episode, last I heard, was supposed to come out sometime this summer. Could be wrong, but that's what I've heard as of this video being up. Anyway, if you want to see some more of my art and my characters, you can go check out my unveil. I'm also on Artfight for this summer. Go Team Mystery. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do attacks going forward, but I'm trying. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and listening to me yap. Have a wonderful day and keep on creating. Amalu out.